Afternoon guys, it's just after 1:30 on Tuesday afternoon, and Colin and I are about to set off up into the walls of Jerusalem National Park. So not the main section of the walls, but we're at the Myrtle Lake car park and about to head up the Myrtle Lake track now. It is a bit late in the day given that it'll be dark by a bit after 5, so we need to get up there and set up camp, and we've got about a 600 metre climb ahead of us, so heading out now. The track's already feeling very substantially like it's going uphill. I've only just set out. The reality is this initial section is all uphill to the plateau, so the next few days will be better. The hard yards are really just here at the start. Well, I thought it was steep before, but all of a sudden we've hit a very definite bit of uphill. The cute little gully here. The only thing is clearly the track climbs up and out of it, so keep on pushing on. We've done just over about 3 k's. We're not quite 400 metres up in elevation, but it's levelled out a bit, so we're effectively, I think, on the plateau now. Looking at the map, we've got a bit more elevation climb just before we get to Lake Myrtle, but from here past Lake Bill should only be a bit of a gentle incline, so hopefully we'll make up some time along this part. Unfortunately, the hard work coming up the hill meant we're both a bit drenched in sweat, and now it's cooled off. Hi guys, we're definitely on the plateau now. I'd say this is the Blizzard Plains behind us, and then in the distance we've got Mount Rogoona, and I'm assuming the mountain in the foreground there is Nescient Peak. So we're going to do that on the way out in a couple of days. Rogoona we're going to do tomorrow, but quick pushing on. So we're at Lake Bill. We've crossed the Blizzard Plains. It's Mount Rogoona over there. Past Lake Bill we're back into the forest a bit and back into the climbing. Not super steep, but we've definitely already got a bit of altitude. You've got to do something entertaining for the video. Good morning guys, it's a little bit after 9 and we're just about to head out and climb Mount Rogoona. I didn't do much filming on the way into camp last night because the battery in the GoPro decided to give it up in the cold. It got well below 0 here last night, so hence the late start this morning, and it was very chilly overnight. Had tents all iced up. Colin made the mistake of leaving his water bladder outside. That froze solid, so not just a little bit of ice, but the whole thing went solid. So yeah, really cold overnight, but it looks like a beautiful sunny day, and we'll make our way up the hill. We've just come along through here, and the main track continues down this way. But we're not going to go that way just yet. That'll be this afternoon as we head through to Lake Meston and then on to Junction Lake. Instead, we need to turn up this way somewhere, and the track to summit Mount Rogoona heads up that way. We've just reached this part, so I think I'll be leaving my walking pole behind from here, and I'll put the camera away for a little bit as well, because I think I'm going to need both hands. We've traversed the top of the ridge line that we were climbing up, and now it looks like we've got to drop down before we do the final ascent up to the summit of Rogoona, which is just there ahead of us. Hi guys, we're nearly on the summit of Rogoona. It's just in front of us, just a couple of metres. Way back down there is our tents, so that's where we started this morning, and yeah, an amazing drop down to the lake there. I think I might have got overexcited. I don't think this is the summit. I think the summit is just over here. So I'm going to do a map check, and then if it's where we need to go, we'll head over that way. That's looking a bit better. That is the summit cairn on Mount Rogoona. The cairn track didn't bring us directly to the summit. It took us along the cliffs above Lake Myrtle, which is definitely worth checking out. But yeah, incorrectly made me think we'd reached the summit when we had not. But we're here on the summit with spectacular mountains as far as the eye can see. Just absolutely glorious views on a glorious day. So trying to do a bit better with my mountain identification. That in front of me is Mount Olympus, Mount Byron coming around. I'm not sure what those ones are, but they're probably Rufus and Hugel maybe. Then we've got Mount Manfred, Mount Gould, the Guardians, Acropolis, Geryon, Duquesne Range, coming around Mount Ossa, and then Barn Bluff, Cradle Mountain. Good morning guys, it's Thursday morning, and we climbed Mount Rogoona behind us here yesterday. We had thought that was going to be about a 3-hour return trip, and we were going to continue on then to Junction Lake in the afternoon and camp there and then do Mountains of Jupiter today. Unfortunately, it ended up being a 6-hour return walk for us. So we've given up the idea of doing Mountains of Jupiter this trip. We're going to head back towards Nescient Peaks on the way out to the car. And depending on how we go for timing today, we'll either continue the walk out or we might camp at Lake Bill tonight if we're running close for time. The reality of the weather up here, we've got fantastic, beautiful weather, but the reality of the short days and the really cold overnight temperatures means that we've only got limited daylight to do things in. And basically once it hits 5 o'clock, we need to be inside the tents because the temperature's dropping down to 0 pretty quickly after that. So we'll see how we go, but yeah, about to head out for the day. We've been pushing through the scrub from Lake Myrtle and walking along the outlet creek here from the lake, and that's Lake Bill ahead of us. You can see the Blizzard Plains in the distance, and that little mound to the left would be Nescient Peak. We've been going for about an hour since we left Lake Myrtle, and I thought that would have been ample time to get to Lake Bill, but it's been a lot more up and down. The track from Lake Myrtle to where you cross the creek is quite scrubby. Then you end up in this open forest, but we've had to do quite a bit of uphill that I don't remember going down on the way through, but we must have done. But hopefully we're not too far away. Well, we've just popped out of the forest hour and 20 minutes after we left Lake Myrtle, and we're back on the Blizzard Plains just above Lake Bill. This should be Nescient Peak behind us. We've been looking for some cairns on the track and haven't seen anything, so we're just going to give it a crack. We think it's only 1.5, 2 k's maybe to the summit. It looks like it's all pretty gentle incline. It's just through forest, which obviously has been burnt out at some stage. So hopefully that'll mean the going's pretty easy. But we'll see as we head up. Well guys, this is the summit of Nescient Peak, my 42nd able, and as we all know, 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. So Lake Rowan in the background, looking around, guessing it's Western Bluff over there, coming around, that'd be the walls of Jerusalem over there. It's a bit scrubby, but you can just make out Mount Rogoona through there, and on the way up I did get a nice view of Lake Bill. But yes, chuffed to have knocked this one off. A quick stop here and then back down and hopefully back to the car. So I forgot to look ahead as I climbed the summit. I'm now at the summit. with a big summit can there. So I was only a few metres away, but there was a little bit further on. So as I said, around there's Lake Rowan, looking around the walls of Jerusalem. It's a bit scrubby, but Rogoona's through there. But yeah, lovely day.